Hi, hello everybody. Uh, Let me get this on here real quick. Okay, let me make sure you're on here and that you can see me. I'm coming in early today because I'm going to do a cake and I got to get it in so it cools down. This has to cool completely. And then I'm going to be back. I'm going to do it twice today because I'm going to come back because I have some blueberry preserves I got to use up. So I'm going to do like a hot dog bake with some chili sauce and blueberry preserves, but it's going to be a sweet and a savory at the same time. So I'm going to put some biscuits on top of it, and yeah, I'm going to do it all up. I just want to make sure you're on here. All right, you are. All right. Okay. Let me push that up just a little bit. Yeah, because I got to do all the prep work yet too for the, I got to do all the prep work for the other thing. So, all right, let me, like I said, I'll be back. I'll let you know as soon as, because I just got to do some cheese up. And the other thing I'm making today, I have to make two things today because I have to have something for Steve's supper tomorrow, because tomorrow I work. So the other thing I'm going to make is the broccoli stuff I made before, so I don't have to show you that. But, and then I'll come back later on this early evening and show you it all. All right, I got my hands washed. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take, did you lose me? Okay. All right. We're going to take, and I'm going to make up, I'm going to use a yellow cake, and then I'm going to put, I'm going to try this. I wrote it down, but I don't know how this is going to turn out. I'm going to bake this at 350. I'm going to take a yellow cake, and I'm going to make it. And then I'm going to take a half a box of instant chocolate pudding, half a box of instant butterscotch pudding, and I'm going to put on top of it with some chocolate chips and butterscotch chips. And then I'm going to put that on, and then I'm going to put the rest of the cake back on top. And if I got it right, we should have a cake with a gooey inside, if I got it right. And then I'm going to take the other half of the butterscotch pudding and the chocolate pudding, and I'm going to take that, and I'm going to make one of those fluff Cool Whip up frostings, which I got to get in the refrigerator so it sets really good. Okay, so I got my cake mix in here, and I'm just going to follow the back of this box. I'm going to use the eggs in the water. I don't think the milk and the half and half and I don't think the half and half and butter will go good with this. I think I better just use eggs and water, because I'm going to put a little bit of butter on top of the condensed milk, and before I put the other cake batter on it. We're going to try it. I'm bored today, so whatever. That's what I say. Okay, so now I need a half a cup of oil. Then I'm going to go I'm going to put that in the oven. I'm going to do the cake stuff first. Put that in the oven, because I got, like I said, that got to cool completely. Then I'm going to go prep all my stuff for my, I need a half a cup of, I got to watch what I'm doing here. A half a cup. This yellow one's hard to see. Lord have mercy. Oh yeah, this is a half. And then I'm going to prep all my stuff, and then I will be back to show you how I'm making that blueberry, whatever you want to call it, the hot dogs with the blueberry. But I'm figuring because I'm using the blueberry, I'm going to have to make it a little savory too, because that might be a little sweet. That's going to be a little sweeter than if you use grape jelly. But I have blueberry preserves in there I got to use up. So that's why I came up with that. And I got to have 2 meals for Steve anyway, so. All right, so now I got that. I need a cup of water. Okay, there's a cup of water. So I'm going to mix all this up. Put that up here. Let me get my mixer. Like I said, we're going to try this. I don't know how it's going to come out, but I'm bored today, so why not? Okay. So let's mix all this up. Just to make sure I got everything. And here I got the water, I got the eggs, and I got the vegetable oil. I was going to make this a little bit not like a cake mixture, but I thought I'd try just like a cake. I think because I'm going to put this Jell-O on it, the chocolate chips won't fall to the bottom, I think. We are going to try it. Okay. I'm just going to rinse these off because I got to use this again when I do when I go to do the icing. The easiest way to do this is to do the Lux Cool Whip stuff with the mixer. Okay, so there's that. All right, so now I'm going to grease this pan. Like I said, we're going to try this. Lord be with you. That's all I can say. I get some crazy ideas sometimes when I'm bored. Oh well. So now I'm going to take half of this mixture. I want to make sure this is all incorporated, because I'm going to need every bit of this when I do this. Yeah. So we're going to put half of this mixture in the bottom here. Let's try that. Hard to tell when you get the half, but just a little bit more. I gotta have it on the bottom, because I figure if the top doesn't fully get incorporated, it's no big deal. Yuck. Yuck. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take, I'm going to take half of this chocolate pudding. I had all this stuff around here. I had to go through my cupboards this morning when I got bored. After I watched my church show today, I thought, well, what can I do now? Didn't leave that much in there. And then I'm going to take half of this pudding mix. And I'm going to put them together. I don't know what we're getting here, but we're going to get something for sure. Alright, okay. Alright, let me mix that up a little bit. Then I'm going to make sure they're mixed up. Hold on a second. I don't have very much room on my counter. Then I'm going to stick it into this, on top of this, because I'm hoping that this causes it that the chips won't get down in the. Okay, now I'm going to put this on top of this. Like I said, we're going to see how this all works out. Alrighty, I'm going to make sure it's evenly, because I'm just going to lay it on there. Okay, now I'm going to take a cup of chocolate chips and a cup of butterscotch chips. And I'm going to put over top of them. So we're going to take a cup and cup, and I'm going to try to make sure I get them evenly distributed here. Making a mess all over this counter for sure. I'm sure I'll be taking some of this to work for JP and Destiny. They seem to be the ones that always, her family is the one that always try all my cakes and stuff, and that ice cream. And then they let me know how it is. So. Alright, so there's that. Alright, I'm just going to put them up there for now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I forgot to put some vanilla in here. I'll just put a little bit in here. I'm going to take this can of condensed milk, and I'm going to put on top of that. Get this incorporated. I like vanilla in my cake mix. It's not that it matters, but I do like it in it. So half of it will have vanilla and half of it won't. No biggie. Take this 14-ounce can of condensed milk, and I'm going to drizzle it over the top of this. I should have done that up further, I think. I don't want to cut myself. I'm just trying to make it open enough that I can get this out. Alright. So we're just going to put this on top like this. Evenly distribute it. I want it to be like gooey in the middle. And it looks like the chocolate chips aren't melting down into the okay. What else did I put? I'm going to put a little bit of butter on this. I don't have to, but I'm going to. Get a stick of butter out here. Okay. How many do I put down here? I don't want to do too many. I'm going to do like about that much. I have no rhyme or reason for what I'm doing, to be honest with you. So if I got this right, I would think the top would come out golden, and the inside should be gooey. And then I'm going to have to let it sit for a while so it hardens up a little bit. The inside gets a little bit harder. So I got to wait till I know that the top is golden brown, and then we should be okay. All right. Now give me one more little piece because I have a spot there that don't have anything on it. All righty. All right. Move this butter out the way for now. Hold on. Gotta get mine. Now I'm going to put the rest of the cake on top of this cake mixture. And I'm going to try and make sure I get it all over as best I can. Like I said, when I get bored, you never know what I'm going to come up with. Trust me. I want to make sure I get the rest of this in here. Okay. Get all of this out. Well, that did, actually, I probably should have put a little bit more on the bottom, but it's all good. We're doing this together, guys. Alrighty. There's that. Okay. So now, I'm going to put this in the oven. 350 degrees, and I'm figuring probably about 40 to 50 minutes at least, if not an hour. But I think 50 minutes should be enough. 40 to 50 minutes should be enough. Okay. So we're going to put this now into the oven. And we're going to hope that it works the way I want it to work. Okay. It is 137, so I'll check it. 2040 would be 137, 147, 157, 207, 217 is 40 minutes. 227 is 50 minutes. I'll check it about 217. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to need 2 bowls because I'm going to have to take the rest of this pudding, because I don't like to waste nothing, you know me. And we're going to mix this up. And then I'm going to have to take a cup, a half and half. I think it's, I put down a cup. A half a cup, a half and half. I don't want a whole cup because I'm going to make this in the frosting. That's right. Alright. Alright. So I'm going to have to get a half a cup, a half and half. And put in here. Let me get another one. I have another half cup. 3/4. Here's a half cup. Okay. We're going to take this half cup, a half and half, and put it in here. And I'm going to mix this up. I don't want it puddingy like. I just want it thick. Because I'm going to put it in that, with that I'm going to take a little bit more than, just a little bit more. Then again, I could have had a little bit more than a half a pack in each of those two, because don't you remember I separated them, so this is thick, see? It's real thick. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my, I better leave this out. I might need a little bit for this. Actually, I have some heavy cream. All right. I don't think I need any heavy cream for anything else. All right. No, I don't. All right. So I'm going to take my fluff first. The only thing about fluff is it's so sticky. But I think it makes really good frosting. Okay. Doesn't matter if I use this one because I'm going to use that anyways in here. So let's get the fluff in here. 7 to 8 ounces I'm figuring. And this is 7.5, so that's normally what I use. Okay. There's the fluff. There's the lid. Alright, let me take and lift this up a little bit. Put a little bit of cream in it. Well, I'm going to put my vanilla in first. Let me turn it off. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of vanilla in this. I don't need any more of that vanilla. I'll put that up. Okay. Now I'm going to take this. I was going to make this with cocoa powder, but I didn't want to waste this stuff, so I figured I'd do it this way instead. So. Okay. Now I'll put this in here. I go through a lot of Cool Whip in this house. They're just so fast and easy to make a frosting with that, I mean, sometimes I do make regular frosting, but since I started doing it this way, why not, huh? Okay. There's that. Alright, let me get that out of there. Alright, now I'm going to put just a little bit more heavy cream in there. Try to soften that up just a little bit more. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator so it'll set anyways. So then we're going to stick this in here, and because it's so thick, I'm just going to use this mixer. Otherwise, I would have just folded it in. Plus, I'm going to have it in the refrigerator for a couple hours. because I want to make sure that cake is really set before I icing it. Okay. All right, now let's put this together. I didn't want it real chocolatey either, so. Let me try that, because I could actually. Let me see if it has a chocolate flavor to it. Because if I need to, I could put a little bit of cocoa powder in here. I don't think I'm going to need to, though. I think I am. Hold on a second. It doesn't have a real chocolatey taste to it, so. Let me put a teaspoon or two. I'll put 2 teaspoons in there. Try that. I shouldn't need any sugar because it should be really sweet with all this marshmallow fluff and now let me try that. That's good. Yeah, I don't want any more. Like I said, I don't want it too chocolatey. Otherwise, it'll be too sweet, I think, with all that stuff in that cake. Alrighty. So what I did was I took a yellow cake and I made it according to the directions. Then I took, you can use all chocolate if you want. You can use all butterscotch if you want. You can use a box of any kind of instant pudding. I used half and half. I used half chocolate and half butterscotch, the instant pudding. And I took a half a cup of, half and half, and I put in it. Then I added a little bit more. Then after I had that done, I took and put it on top of my cake. Then I put my chocolate chips and butterscotch chips on top, a cup of each. Then I took a 14-ounce can of condensed milk, and I stuck that on top of the chocolate chips. I layered it. Then I took about 4.5 to 5 tablespoons of butter, and just chopped them and then cut them in half and put it on top. The oven was preheated to 350. I put it in there. We're going to leave it go for 40 to 50 minutes. And the top should be, if I have it right, the top should be golden, but the inside should be gooey. So I have to let it cool completely. So what I'll probably do is stick it in my refrigerator. When it gets done, I'll set it out for a little bit and I'll put it in my refrigerator. And then for the frosting, I used a jar of marshmallow fluff. I used a tub of Cool Whip, a teaspoon of vanilla. Then I used a half a box of instant pudding of the chocolate and a half a box of the butterscotch. You can use one or the other if you want. And then I used a half a cup of half and half, a little bit more than that actually. And I mixed it all together, and now it's in the refrigerator chilling. So when we come back later on, I'm going to make that Amish broccoli casserole, but my family wants that. I've already made that before. But I'm also gonna, I have some blueberry preserves, so I'm gonna use them with some of that chili sauce. And I'm gonna doctor it up a little bit because I think it's gonna be too sweet. So I'm gonna put a little bit of, I'm gonna saute some onions and put in there. I think I might put a little mustard in there and put a little cheese in there. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a box of this Jif and I'm gonna make it. And either I'm gonna lay it on top and spread it out, or I'm gonna put little teaspoons on top and let it take itself out. I'm gonna have some cheese in there. So we'll be back for that. I'm gonna prep all that. I'm gonna wash up these few dishes. I'm gonna get this all prepped up. I got they want mashed potatoes tonight, so I want to cut them up a while I'm out here. So I'll get all that prep work done. So I'll be back. I'm figuring I probably will be back about, I'm going to say probably between 1:30 and 2:30 and 2:45. I should come back so I can make this up real quick. So if you can come back, I'll see you then. If not, I'll be back probably around 5 o'clock. 5:15 with the complete meal and the cake. So if you can't make it at 2:30, 2:45, hopefully you can make it at 5 o'clock. If not, have a good day. It's beautiful out here. I got to work tomorrow, so I will not be here. Monday, I have to drop my car off at the shop, so I probably won't do anything Monday. I'll do something on Tuesday. I don't know what yet. But anyways, have a good day if you're not coming back. And if you are, have a good day. Stay blessed and don't forget you are loved. And I won't put okay. I'm going to turn my sound on for now. Alright. I'm going to open up my... Take this off for now.